Welcome to Paddock Talk, guys, where I give you the latest news and my views of all that's going on in the F1 world ahead of the Imola Grand Prix. And this week we've got quite a bit going on, haven't we? We've got news in the driver market, we've got Ollie Bearman back, we've got a new voice in Formula 1, and we've got the FIA and Formula 1's trying strange things with the tyres and the rain format, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, let's get straight into it. There'll be no Crofty for this weekend on Sky Sports and all other world feeds that you'll hear his voice on. He's going to be replaced by Henry Benjamin. Now, this was a pre-planned thing. Crofty's going to miss 3 races this season, and this is the first of it due to it just being a massively long season, and he's getting married this year, so needs some time off. And we're also not going to have Martin Brundle, and now he's missed a few weekends here and there, and he'll be replaced by Karan Chandok, who'll also be giving his views. And so it's a newish lineup because we've heard Karan before, haven't we, on give his views over commentary, but a new one for Henry Benjamin. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on. And yeah, the strange one, the Ferrari have been testing out a rain cover over the tyres, haven't they? Now, this is a new thing that Formula 1 are trying to do to reduce spray, so where we do get wet races, and especially at circuits like around Belgium, for example, is a big one, isn't it, where even though the track isn't massively wet and they can probably race around it, the visibility is really poor because of the big plumes of spray that these Formula 1 produce as they go around track. And so they're trying to reduce that to help visibility, and that means getting the racing going. I do like the idea of it, but the first implementation of what we've seen, I mean, this is the second try of it, haven't we, that we've seen on the Ferrari. It doesn't look very nice at all, does it? It does look a bit World Endurance Championship style, although they flow with the car better. So it's maybe it's just something we'll get used to in Formula 1, and especially if you only ever see it on the wet tyres, hopefully. And if it does reduce visibility and it means racing, I'm all for it. But I would like it to look aesthetically pleasing. Now, there's 2 versions of, you can see in the pictures here on this Ferrari. Yeah, take your pick. I'm not sure what the feedback was, how successful they were in that, but it's good to see they are trying new things to help us get more racing going. And yeah, let's get to the driver market. Ollie Bearman returns. Now, he'll be in the Haas seat for FP1. This is planned, back on the Formula 1 grid after that fantastic performance for Ferrari, isn't it? So all eyes on him again to see how he gets on in that Haas in FP1. And could this be his his interview, his main, test to see, look, are you good enough to make it, and can we give him the Haas seat, because they've got one. Nick Hulkenberg is moving off to Sauber, and I'm sure Ollie will be high up on the list of Haas. Now, they might choose to go for a young driver this time, and they have that with an experience, and to keep with an experienced driver like we've seen other teams do. But they went for all experience to do with Hulkenberg and Magnussen, so who knows what their thoughts are around it. But it'll be great to see him on circuit for this weekend. And the big one, Alex Albon has signed for Williams a new deal that will see him there until the end of 2026. Now, we've seen a lot of new deals, haven't we? But they're all signed until, say, multi-year deals, and they seem like it's the end of 2026, which is actually the end of the first season of the new regulations, and drivers clearly want to leave their options open to see who's got it right and take up the options and go with the team that's actually trying to win and got it right. So it looks like 2026 we'll see this whole reversal again of what we've seen this year of the 2024 driver market, with a lot of changes still to go. I mean, we've still got 10 seats remaining here on the grid, haven't we? So there's still potentially a place at Red Bull with Sergio Perez definitely moving. Max Verstappen potentially a question mark, isn't it, with rumours of him and Mercedes still not going away. Mercedes have the seat to replace Lewis Hamilton. Aston Martin potentially Lance Stroll. Now, they're joining up with Honda, aren't they, Aston Martin? And Austin are keen to keep Yuki Tsunoda on board, so could we potentially see that ever happening, a battle between 2 giants, the Strolls and Honda, to see if we can get a switch up there? I don't imagine it happening, but there's also a potential. Haas clearly have the seat of Nico Hulkenberg. He's leaving to Sauber, and there is also a question mark around Kevin Magnussen of will he see, and we could potentially see an all new driver lineup at Haas. Sauber, Zhou Guan Yu, or Bottas, isn't it? We know that Hülkenberg signed there. We don't know which of the two, or potentially both, are going, because there's long rumours of Carlos Sainz being touted, and Sauber / Audi want him or Sainz there, don't they, from 2025. So who knows? Both seats, both drivers still, there. Williams now have Logan Sargent, and he's out of contract at the end of the season. Not done enough yet to show he can still keep that seat. And we've got the two Alpines, Ocon and Gasly, both looking potentially for a way out of the Alpine, which looks absolutely horrible at the moment, doesn't it? But where do they go? Let's see. And we've got Red Racing Bulls, who've got Yuki Tsunoda and both Ricciardo out of contract also. Daniel Rick had a fantastic Miami sprint, wasn't so great in the race, so still a lot to prove there, isn't it? And Yuki had a brilliant race result there for Racing Bulls, and them two fighting brilliantly together. And there's also Liam Lawson waiting in the wings for a seat there potentially, isn't there? And Ferrari is Carlos Sainz is the free agent, isn't he? There, they've got their driver lineup sorted. The only 2-3 teams that have really are Ferrari, McLaren, and Aston Martin, aren't they? They're the 3 teams that we seem set. Aston Martin potentially with the Stroll, but I think that's just more out of hope than actual reality, isn't it? But yeah, a lot still to go on in this driver market. It'll be really interesting to see how it plays out. But we've got one more seat confirmed. Alex Albon will be at Williams. I'm sure there'll be a lot of Williams fans happy to hear that, because he's done a fantastic job for him there. But yeah, that's the latest news as we go into Imola. Really looking forward to this race weekend with so many team upgrades. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where everyone fits in again. These are all big upgrades coming now on these cars, so we should see a lot of changes. Rumours the Ferrari's upgrades worth half a second. Red Bull, Adrian Newey promised by the 7th race a drastically different looking car, so who knows what that'll come from there, and it'll definitely be faster, we know that much. So will they have raised the bar that much further, where we see McLaren and the Ferrari and Mercedes potentially all still looking at that second spot? And well, let's see what Aston Martin can do, because they need some good upgrades, don't they? And they find a need to bring something that actually works on that car for the season ahead, and just to give them that boost in confidence, because that was one of their weak points, wasn't it, Aston Martin's, with their in-season development, and it's something that they really need to get on top of. But a lot to play for, a lot to line up. I'm really looking for FP1 on Friday. Can't wait for the action to get going in Imola. But yeah, that's the latest news. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment as always. See you next time.